Well, I think we went through this question
I'm from the US
about.
He's lagging very badly.
I think we went through this problem. We saw most of it with this. So I'm a bit impressed that David missed it or even followed the news. We are talking about young people from poorer neighborhoods in Paris, and they tend to have an ethnic ground. So that's it. So now, keeping on this racial stuff, this is not the point. I think this is just
it's not your point.
Confusion.
No, this is just confusion. I mean, it's just confusion.
It's just confusion.
And so you can't frame this as an ethnic. And I'm not even putting like a good guy.
It's a generation problem. We are seeing young people.
You're preaching. You're preaching the conversation from talking about race.
David,
no, let's just say. David. Let's just say the chance is going to be. The chance is going to be white people, French, 100% French people. Is that maybe that
you are French?
No, I'm Belgian.
Who feels like that?
Yes, you are French.
Fuck you! I am Flanders.
Talking about your race
or
ethnic groups.
He doesn't have red hair, but he's Flemish.
Vlaanderen eerst. Let's say Flemish first. Flemish, like the extreme right say here in Belgium. Flemish first. Cut to the country and
but you don't have orange hair. You don't have orange hair. You are not the poor blood.
We're talking about group conflict, and then you got to say, who are these groups? So you want to identify these groups according to your politics.
David,
and then you're preaching to me that like the way you're identifying these groups, that if I don't agree with the way you're identifying these groups.
But David, not necessarily the identification. In the example that you gave, I think we're talking about the motivation for the action. Because the example that you gave, we would agree that you said it was Hasidic Jews kind of protesting or demonstrating against police brutality, is what you had said. But
I call them riots, even. I call them riots.
Or even if it was riots.
I mean, God forbid I was a Hasidic
murder in the streets, whatever it might happen to be.
We overtook the police station.
Let him talk.
Fair. But I think so. I think we just have like a difference of terms of how we're defining it, because I think we're saying that the motivation for the action, not necessarily the identity of the people who might, by circumstance, be described in whatever way, but are they motivated by like a conflict of group identity? And I think it's possible, but I'm not seeing the evidence for that. Or is it that they're motivated by
generation?
Okay, if I give the case like the closest that I can give to support your case, it would be that they believe that the police shooting was done because their particular group is going to be targeted or is seen as like less, their lives less valuable. This sort of like BLM narrative that you could essentially put out there, and so
we were standing up as a group for our rights.
Yeah, but this is our young people.
There's a group of people standing up for their rights.
But David,
as a group,
people outside of that group.
Who is that group, and what rights are they standing up for?
But this is where you're kind of conflating it. It's a little bit like if you made that same point in the U.S. for the BLM situation, but it wasn't an ethnic breakdown. There were white people on that side as well. I mean, you could. It becomes
That's
a sort of like
BLM. I compared it to
David.
What I'm saying is in France, it's not all of France versus this. It's like
in France, these people that rioting now are just bored, have nothing to do with their lives. They are just bored.
No, they're not. Come on,
they
find one solution, one thing.
And they're standing up for their rights.
Mr. Lambo, someone was killed. A 17 years old was killed.
Casualties.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
No. These started. These started because the 17 years old was killed. So, Mr. Lambo, this is a story. This existed. Now, yes, you are true that people are doing it because it's boredom, because they have protest capital.
Because they're standing up for their rights.
Increases a group with protest capital increase the possibility of protest, especially if there are riots.
Okay.
Yes, but we are also talking about the virtuality. We are also talking about virtuality, like Mr. Lambo was saying, and he's also right. These are people that normally, because they don't have many opportunities in life and they are scared about it, they actually are at home and play video games as well. They are bored, but they also have protest capital, and having it done once, the second time will be easy, the third time will be even more professional, and the fourth time they are like activists. They do it for a living. So we see young people.
The intro now of Robert.
Robert is new. Let him introduce himself first.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Robert Verlinde, that sounds Dutch.
Yeah, I'm Robert Verlinde. I'm Dutch, and yeah, I've been also watching for a while, so very much appreciated for your work, Wyatt. Thank you. And hello to my southern neighbor there. I think he made a lot of good points, Mr. Lambo, and I think personally I'm less. I agree less with my Portuguese friend, my Marxist brother there. So it's very. I think it's very. His opinions are very colored by Marxism and class struggle and that kind of stuff. Because it's not really that. What's the problem? The problem is it's an ethno-sectarian issue, right? These are very distinct ethnic groups. They live in their own ethnic enclaves in our countries, very much. Maybe it's different in Portugal, but it's exactly the same here in Holland. And in Belgium and in Germany and in Britain, it's very much the case that they live in their own parallel societies, and they don't have any connection to our country, our society, and it's not because they're poor.
Hold on, Robert. Hold on. What the fuck are you talking about?
No. You cannot like that. Let him talk first because he's new. Let him finish first. I want to hear.
Well,
let him talk.
It's not because they're poor or because it's yeah, there was someone shot, and that's very tragic, and it's an important point, right? I mean, that's important news, but it's also these groups. These are young guys, and it's the same here. A lot of young guys, and they're also bored, and when they have the slightest. Well, yeah, they start a riot. We had riots when Morocco won a match in the World Cup, and they broke down half the city, right? And I don't know what Mr. Lambo was thinking, but
exactly the same.
Yeah, but when they
same games.